Hello and welcome to MD Academy. In our modern and increasingly interconnected world, where communication knows no borders, the demand for efficient and accurate translation has never been greater. Language barriers, once daunting obstacles, are now being overcome by cutting-edge advancement in translation technology. Two prominent players in this field, machine translation and AI translation, have been transforming the way we bridge linguistic gaps. Today, we will delve into the topic of the key differences between machine translation and AI translation and uncover some nuances between those two groundbreaking technologies. Post-editing of machine translation in CAT tools and AI translation both involve the process of translating text from one language to another, but there are significant differences between those two approaches. Here are some of the most important ones. CAT tools provide features such as translation memories and glossaries, and they store the previously translated text in translation memories to provide possible suggestions for translation. These translation memories can be customized for a particular client, domain, or a project, and can be used also during post-editing to better match the client's needs. AI translation, on the other hand, is developed and trained by machine learning experts and has typically a more generalized approach. While some customization might be possible, it is still not as flexible as CAT tools features. CAT tools offer various quality assurance checks to post editors as they work, such as spell check, grammar check, and consistency check. Post editors can also check translation memory matches and term suggestions to ensure that translation is consistent and accurate. In AI translation, the translation process is automated and usually occurs online or on cloud-based platforms. Feedback and editing are still possible, and we can ask AI to follow specific instructions. For example, to make the text more formal or informal, to use specific keywords, to not use specific terms, or to make the text more marketing-like. Still, the final output from AI should still be checked by a human translator. Another thing, files exported from a CAT tool after post-editing have the same formatting as the source file, usually with only minor changes needed. AI tools offer mostly plain text in the form of a chat, and the more complex formatting must be recreated from scratch. AI translation can process large volumes of text quickly and efficiently, making it suitable for high-volume and time-sensitive projects. It can process thousands of words per second, making it ideal for situations where a fast turnaround is needed. It also does not divide the text into segments, as CAT tools do, but translates the text as a whole. Thanks to this approach, its final output usually reads more fluently than empty results and requires less work from the post-editors. As mentioned, we can also ask AI to follow specific instructions, making sure that the AI output is already closer to our client's expectation than pure MT. In summary, both approaches have their strengths and limitations, and the choice between them depends on the factors such as project requirements, desired quality, human involvement, and scalability. The idea of combining the advantages of AI and CAT tools has also emerged, but this is still a work in progress. In theory, AI can be used in various forms in CAT tools, for example, as another machine translation engine, or to enhance translation memory by providing predictive typing suggestions based on translation memory content, or as an intelligent QA check that will, for example, ensure character limits for each segment. But, as was mentioned, it's still a work in progress and it's only at testing stage. Despite their advantages, AI translation and post-editing of machine translation are not without their challenges. Their quality can vary depending on the language pair and the type of the text, and post-editing of poorly translated text can sometimes be more time-consuming than translation from scratch. We will now see how machine translation and AI translation deal with the Polish to English translation of a very short text about biogas. We will start with machine translation in SmartCut. As you can see, SmartCut divided the text into segments, usually single sentences, and we need to check each and every one of them because SmartCut treats them as a separate entities and does not translate the text as a whole. So let's start with the first one. Digestate is the reminder of biomass, and I would change reminder into remaining part. Is the remaining part of biomass after its decomposition during biogas production. It is an organic solid rich in nutrients. And I think that the word substantia is missing from this translation, so I will add it. And that would be all for this segment. Depending on the substrate used for biogas production, the digestate can be used as an organic fertilizer and, just like manure, be directly spread on agricultural fields. And all seems fine in this sentence to me. The digestate can also be further enriched to recover high-quality nutritional minerals. Okay, so in the context of biogas, we don't use the word enriched to translate the word wzbogacanie. We use the word upgraded. The use of digestate as an organic fertilizer has many advantages. It enables the reuse. It allows for the reuse of nutrients and replaces mineral fertilizers of fossil origin. Compared to raw manure, the digestate is disinfected in the biogas production process, and maybe it would be better to say gets disinfected in the biogas production process, which neutralize most pathogens such as bacteria and plant diseases present in the original substrate. The uniformity and density of the digestate makes it penetrate the soil faster than manure, allow it to penetrate the soil faster than manure, making nutrients more readily available to plants. It might be better to say accessible and easily, making nutrients more easily accessible to plants. If the digestate cannot be used for agricultural purposes, it can be further processed and used as a raw material in industrial processes. All seems fine in this sentence as well. And that way we have completed our short post-editing in SmartCut. And as you could see, some segments required more work than others. Now, let's see how AI deals with the same short sample. For that, I will use the well-known ChatGPT. I will show you only the basic use of AI, so I will talk with AI on chat and ask it to translate something for me. But I will not add any specific instructions. So I'm writing a command, translate into English. And I'm pasting our source Polish text here. Now we can see how AI generates its response and how quickly it's done. What I personally find funny about AI is that I can copy the translated text and paste it once again into the chat and ask AI to proofread for me. And the proofread version is sometimes quite different than its original translation. However, I will not do that now. I will just copy our translation and we will continue our editing in a Word file. Okay, so I'm always opening two files at once with source on the left and our translation on the right. It kind of imitates working in a CAT tool for me, and that way we can fix formatting right away if we have any. So let's start with our AI check. And the first thing that we all can notice is that the word bufferment was not translated at all for some reason. So we need to change it into digestate. And now we can start with our real proofreading. So digestate is the remaining part of biomass after its decomposition during biogas production. It is an organic solid substance. We can see that the word substance was translated this time, rich in nutrients. Depending on the substrate used for biogas production, digestate can be used as organic fertilizer and, just like manure, can be directly spread on farmlands. I will just change farmlands to agricultural fields. Digestate can also undergo further enrichment. Once again, this word that we need to change into upgrading to recover high-quality mineral nutrients. The use of digestate as organic fertilizer has many advantages. It allows for the reuse of nutrients and replaces mineral fertilizers of fossil origin. All fine with this sentence. Compared to raw manure, digestate is disinfected during the biogas production process, which neutralize most pathogens such as bacteria and plant diseases present in the original substrate. I think I can just change this is to gets disinfected. And let's go forward. The uniformity and density of digestate allow it to penetrate the soil faster than manure, making the nutrients more readily available to plants. I will just change this to easily accessible to plants. If digestate cannot be used for agricultural purposes, it can undergo further processing and be used as a raw material in industrial processes. Once again, all fine with this sentence. And we are done with our AI check. Now let us do a very short summary of how MT and AI dealt with this short sample. Okay, let's sum up. If you wanted to translate the file only to understand more or less what the source file is about, then both MT and AI would do fine. But if you want to do something with this translation or to publish it somewhere, then neither of the texts was perfect. They both required some linguistic changes, and they both incorrectly translated the word wzbogacanie as enrichment. I would say that in terms of style, AI was better, as the text read more fluently in English, while we still could have made some more stylistic changes in MT. However, AI did not translate the word pofferment at all. Maybe it did not recognize it, and that's why it was left untranslated, but MT translated this word without any problems. It's true that MT also skipped the word substance in the translation, but it was only one word and only happened once. So even though AI might have been better in terms of style, I would still say that MT won this round. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next video.